I'm Yvette and I am going to share with you, oh, what's this? Thank you for confirming this. I just had a notice on my bank saying that someone has stolen something. No one's stolen anything. It's me. I stole myself. I'm gonna do a January update of what I've completed, what I'm working on, and just like general chit chat. And I'm gonna frog one of my knitting things. I'm very upset about this. Yeah, so if you like anything crafty, this is the place where I talk about stuff that I do that's crafty, I suppose. And then I also do it over on Instagram, which I'm pretty bad at it. I kind of still feel like Instagram is like way back when you do like a granny photo. I love those days. And I'm also on TikTok. But I don't really post that much. I used to do my outfits mainly there, but I've just been like looking at TikTok drama and loving it. I don't know, my usual phase. So I haven't completed any of my Make 9 for this year. A few reasons. I had picked stuff that are a bit more technical, and in the month of January I decided to make 2 12s. And like, or just cut them out and then have started assembling it. Firstly, I have been trying to make the Sarah pants by Paper Cut Pattern, and I thought I'd make a shorts version, and then I cut the fabric, and then I realized there's a little bit of a grain to it, and I cut it wrong. It was just like an off cut. So anyway, I have just decided, okay, I'm just going to use it as like scrap fabric. I don't want to sew it because I kind of want it to be like a wearable 12. I need shorts, so I thought that would be good. So I just kind of like lost that motivation. Also, it's really hot. It's really hot in this room. The fan's on, the window's open to try and get some sea breeze, but it's like, I'm melting here. And that's why I need like a windy mic, because it's windy. It's really windy. Anyway, I also am making a wearable toile with the Jenna shirt. I will show you. It's, I thought I'd show you it. It's almost done actually. Doesn't look very good here, but I had this fabric, was like a remnant, and it's like a linen viscose blend, and I'm really liking the fit. I originally started sewing this as the long version. There's like 2 or 3 versions. There's a dress, there's the long version with the, like, I don't know what you call it, drop hem, round hem, kind of goes like that. Well, that's a good like picture for my thumbnail. And I was like, so I cut it out and made it like that, and then I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it, because I don't really like a round hem. It's just the thing I have. And so I decided, hey, I'm going to do the cropped version. So I ended up cutting it, and now I think it's a little too short. But I actually want to finish this off today. I really like the placards I did. I have done placards before, but this is by far the best ones I've done. I'm pretty proud of it. And anyway, I'm really proud of doing that. Oh, so my son, I gave him like a phone stand to play with whilst I'm filming, so he doesn't touch it, because I haven't had an opportunity. My kids have been sick, and they're like, my son's just like, you know, he's 18 months, so he follows me around everywhere. Please don't touch that one, mate. Oi! This is a disaster. I should wait until he's asleep. But I really just was like, they were playing nice and happily, eating watermelon. I thought I could quickly film this. Time blind. Anyway, I really like the way Closet Core does their placards. I'm going to do it for any shirt pattern from now on. I think it's such a good way, and their instructions were so much clearer than other ones. And yeah, because I've done placards on the Antoinette blouse by Isa in Stitches, and that's, the explanation's terrible in that. And then what other one? Then the overshirt by the Modern Sewing Co, and their instructions were a bit I don't know, like I feel like with that pattern, because I know you can buy the course and stuff like that to make the shirt, Perhaps maybe it was a little bit limited. It was like the first time I was really trying to concentrate and do placards. I found it really difficult. This one, I didn't have to watch a tutorial or anything. I found it really, really easy to do. So if you are scared of tackling a placard, go for closet core patterns. Anyway, this shirt is coming along nicely. Like I said, it's a bit short. I will make another. This was like a trial just to make sure the fit's all right, and then I'll make adjustments as per the fit. My son is now playing with a printer. That's all right. Likes buttons. Anyway, totally fine. And this is actually a really, really enjoyable sew. It was an enjoyable sew, so totally recommend. Next up, I did a few self-drafted pattern, or not really, just like a kind of like pattern hacked a little bit. So I made this top, which is the Penelope top by Hubbarding, but I made the frill really big, and yeah. Anyway, I somehow stuffed up the back, so I have to just fix it, and then it's really wearable. It's made out of like a really like a cotton slub fabric that I got from, I forget where. I think I got it from the op shop actually, but yeah, it's beautiful. It's really cool. It's really wrinkled because it's in my pile of to fix now, and I hadn't gone around to fixing it, but yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think the Penelope top is my favorite sew ever by Hubbarding. I haven't found any like top that I like more, and I want to make more. I think I want to make one in like a denim, but not so big. I'll stick to the pattern, but I liked making it oversized and sort of pattern hacking it so it is an oversized voluminous fit rather than it kind of being a little bit fitted. So what have I done? What else have I done? Oh, I made 2 Juno dresses by Spaghetti Western Sewing. I made the first one and I didn't really like it. It wasn't me, I think was the problem. Like, it was beautiful. It's a beautiful dress. And this is the second one I made, which is totally me. Only thing is I used like leftover fabric that I had bought originally, and I absolutely love this color. It's my color. This isn't my color. This is my color. But it's like a little bit short, and like part of me is thinking, do I cut it a bit so it's like shirt, or do I keep it as is and just style it with like jeans and stuff underneath? I did style it the other day with like jorts because I like jorts, and it looked really cool. I looked really cool, and I had like tabbies, which are like the toe shoe kind of thing. I think I looked really cool. I'll put a picture somewhere. Like, I think I looked like intimidatingly cool, even though I'm not cool. I'm like the biggest dag in the world, but I looked cool. I wasn't. I am not. So I made this one, and then I said I made another one. What is it? And so yeah, I made this one originally, but like it's beautiful and it's really cool and it's really like nice tunic. But I think the fabric's a little bit too floaty for me, and it just doesn't feel me. I think if I did the buttons, yeah, it would look more me. But my mother-in-law saw this and she was like, "Can I have it?" And I'm like, of course, you're an awesome woman, and this is totally her. She just asked if I could do some patch pockets for her going the other way, and I said absolutely. And this fabric is beautiful. I actually wanted to make like a robe. I don't wear loungewear like ever. Like, I don't have like, you know, those matching sets that, you know, all stay-at-home mums seem to have, and I don't have a robe. I don't have a bathrobe. I don't have any kind of robe. I thought like a linen robe would be nice, and I was going to use this fabric for it. I do have one kind of similar, and I think it would make like a really nice robe. Like, there's one that I'm inspired, I believe it's by, I want to say Robert Smith, but that's the guy from The Cure. I don't know. I'll put a picture somewhere. And I saw it and I was like, I'm going to buy that bathrobe. It's so beautiful and it feels so like nice and me, but it's really expensive and I can sew. So I'm just going to make one. But yeah, mother-in-law gets this Juno dress and she like put it on and it was like perfect size for her. And she had like these jeans on underneath and she just looked so cool. So love my mother-in-law, and she likes my sewing, which makes me happy. So, and what else? Oh yeah, I've got this on my lap. I wanted to make a top that I saw from the Iconic. I'll try and put it somewhere. And this is my 12. I've just been doing 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. I was going to say something cool, smart, but I can't think of anything smart. Anyway, I decided to just like copy it. So I kind of just like drew the shapes on Illustrator because I come from a designing background, and the silhouette. And then I just looked at all the patterns that I had, like pattern blocks and stuff like that. There's some that I use and like hack that I know that fits me well. And then I just kind of reverse engineered it and made this top. And it looks really big, but because of the fabric, it sits really nicely. And I want to remake this in a white linen, and I also want to, there's a few things I need to fix in it, but ultimately it was pretty good for a first draft, I think. And I really like the shape on me. It is a bit low cut, which I generally don't wear low cut, but it's so pretty. And because I have like this adjustable tie, it can kind of make sure that, like, you know, it's my boobage is covered. That's my boobage is covered. I don't know if boobage is a word. It should be a word, but yeah, I'm really happy. It isn't really like my personal style, but I'm liking it. It's really hot, and I really wore these with jorts, and I like my jorts, even though I look like such a dag. It reminds me of like me in primary school in the 90s. Anyway, like this top with it. Looks pretty cool on me, for me. Yeah, I'm gonna make another one. And then I made something for my kids. If you like something, make it like twice or more. I made 2 dinosaur tails. I just used like a bit of leftover fabric and made these dinosaur tails, and then I stuffed it with fabric scraps, which I would maybe make something a little bit more lightweight. My kids are like 18 months and 3.5. And at first they were just like, whoa, and now they're like fine with it. They get used to it. I don't know. Weight training for kids, it's not too bad, but like it's a little bit heavier than if you use stuffing. So I watched a tutorial somewhere, and then I just saw it and was like, I'm gonna reverse engineer it and make it myself. And yeah, and this is it. And it's not perfect, it's not good sewing. Like I literally like wanted to make it really quickly because we're playing dinosaurs and they were in the room, and I'm just like, I'm gonna make it quick, and then like did it. So I'm really happy with these. These are so much fun. And I'll share for, oh, it's even got Play-Doh on it. See, my kids are using it. There's Play-Doh on it. I also now made, this is for February, my daughter a mermaid tail, which she won't stop wearing. I have to make like 7, I think. I don't know. It's really cool. But anyway, that's for Feb. Why am I telling? Oh, I'm in Feb. I'm running late, I suppose. Sewing wise, I made a bunch of these project bags. I had this leftover fabric for when I was making my knitting needle case, and yeah, and I made a bunch for all of them. I had these beautiful drawstring bags that my friend Tony from TikTok, sent me, which was just so lovely, and I love them. They're fantastic. I just wanted to have a try of making my own, and I like these because I really wanted to have a handle so I can knit and walk. I think it's a bit of like a ADHD thing, and I also, like, I've got kids, so I can't just like sit down and relax and knit. Like if I want to keep knitting, I have to go and walk around as well. So I made this, and it's very, very, very cute. I made a bunch of them for all my whips, and yeah, I also did this. I saw it. I have to see if I can find the video, but I saw someone talking about like how they organize like all their notions and stuff like that in their project bags or for their knitting, and I thought that was brilliant, and I copied it. So I made these little Notion tins, and it has everything that I need in it. It has, my toddler just ran in to give me a strawberry. How good's that? I don't know. Shouldn't be eating on camera. Okay. So yeah, I copied her little Notions tin, but just made it more for me. And I bought these like tiny, tiny little scissors, which are incredible. They like cut thread, they're perfect. Have a little bit of yarn, a barber's cord, a little needle for needling, no, not needling. And I have like my little Notions, like, so my little stitch markers that I've made. They're really cute. And then I have a measuring tape in there that's retractable, and it all fits perfectly. And I've made a bunch of them, and I've just shoved them in every knitting bag that I own. And then it's in there, and I'm like, yeah, I don't need to take my like whole knitting needle case anywhere and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's like a nice, fun, crafty thing to do and think up and think about what I would use. And yeah, I love it. It's so clever, so clever. I have to find their video, and I will have to like put it in the video or something like that. And if I can't, I'll put it in later. But yeah, full credits to them. They're incredible. Okay, a few other things. I thought that was last. That's not last. I did make this bag, which is a Japanese knot bag. I made it out of a pair of pants that had a hole in it after one wear. Terrible. Anyway, I made this bag. It's for my knitting too. It has one strap short, one strap long. I watched a tutorial and then just made the shapes myself and did it. And yeah, this is for my like small knitting. Like this is my whip. It's the Oslo beanie by Petite knit. I just take it with me if I'm going to like a playground that's like, and following my kids around. I think I filmed myself like knitting and watching my kids and following them around just to kind of show how it's going and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, this is the Oslo hat. It's like, I'm more excited about the end product than the process. It's pretty boring. It's just stockinette, but it also makes it really mindless. And yeah, and then keep saying and yeah, I really hate saying that. But yeah, this is my on the go little knitting thing. I don't have a Notions tin for this one because I don't need it. It's quite a simple pattern. But yeah, cute little sewing bag. And then I also made a big version out of this fabric for my mother-in-law. She saw it and she was like, I love it. And I was like, yeah, and I put pockets in it and stuff like that. So yeah, they're pretty good. And then last thing I made, like I sewed this top. It's the Silo top by Closet Core Patterns, and it's all right. Like it's a bit plain and boring, so I thought I'll jazz it up a little bit and maybe I'll do some embroidery because I've always wanted to do it. And a goal of mine this year was to learn embroidery to an extent where I can put stuff on clothes I've made, like especially shirts. I'd really like to make like a beautiful floral thing creeping up next to the button placard. I don't know, it's just in my head, that's what I want. So I got a little kit that I got from the Sewing Collective. I believe the person who makes it, I think her name's Lily Adelaide, I don't know. She makes these cool kits and of flowers, of food, pasta. It's really cute. Anyway, I thought I'll put a croissant on the back of it, and I don't know if you can see it. Kind of looks like a bird poo from afar. Like I'm not a good embroiderer. It's really cute, but it kind of looks like a mark. It doesn't look like a croissant. Maybe I need to like do other stuff around the whole neckband to make it a bit more interesting and fun. But it was fun to like try, but just the execution didn't really happen. And then I'll talk about now more of my whips, I suppose. Oh, I'm so sad about this one. For my Make 9, another thing is like I've been looking for a pinafore pattern that I want to make and wear. And I think with that, like I'm still like on the hunt. I'm going to try like the button-up dress by Peppermint magazine and see if I like that style. And then I do have a pattern, I think it's like an AI one. I bought it like a long time ago. And I'm just going to try and sew it and see how that goes as well. And I think with that, I am just going to keep trying until I find something I like. Everything just doesn't seem to be right. And for me, I could like change a pattern up, but I don't really have much luck when it comes to like dresses and like dress kind of patterns. And I would say like a pinafore is kind of like a dress pattern. The reason for that is that I think my shape is like I'm just a bit curvy, I suppose. Like I kind of like I have broad shoulders, I have a bigger chest, I go in and then I kind of go out, and it's just a bit. And then I think my torso is quite long, but my legs are short. Anyway, I feel like I struggle with that. So I haven't found like, if I find a pattern, a dress pattern that I like, then I might make tweaks, but I wouldn't necessarily just, oh my God, my son's stealing fabric. You can take it, go for it. No. Oh no, he's coming back. Ah! And same goes for swimmers, because that's one of the ones I really want to sew up, and I thought I'll sew it up already, but I am a little bit daunted by the process of making swimmers. I don't know. I've cut out a pattern. I'm using the Ava Play Suit by Edgewater Avenue, and I've cut it all out. I just have to assemble it. And yeah, I feel like it's just not going to go well. I think I'm just not so used to knit fabrics, and it just seems scary to me. I don't know. It's so silly. I should just give it a go, because the worst it's going to be is that I do waste some fabric and some time, but I learn a lot. So, and then I can use it as stuffing or something. I don't know. I'll make use of the scraps that I have. I always do. So I should just do it. I don't know why. I'm just a bit nervous. Maybe it's not even that. Maybe it's just like because I've got black swimsuit fabric and I have an overlocker, so might as well use it. But I hate rethreading my overlocker, and I have white thread currently. Maybe I just have to wait till I do a bunch of stuff that's like darker colors and then do that, and then actually have to hem up some shorts that I'm looking at. So maybe I want to like cut them a bit, so maybe to finish them. I should just rethread it. I just don't want to. And then what else is there? So I had the pinafore, the swimsuit, the Frux Studio garden blouse. Haven't even started it. Haven't even looked at it. I've just kind of like, I don't know. I've lost a bit of sojo, I think, this month. I think it's just because this room's too hot and I don't really want to be in it. And also because I know I'm moving soonish. I kind of thought in my head that we'd moved by now, and we haven't. Yellow cuddles, hello. I've sort of changed up patterns a little bit from my Make 9, because like I wanted to make a shirt, I wanted to make a quilt, I wanted to make swimmers, but I guess I'm just not settled on patterns so much, because I just really want to make sure I want to complete my Make 9, but in the sense that I'm happy with each thing. And then I've got a few knits, one being the Oslo hat, which I just showed. Also for the quilt, I was deciding on a pattern, and then I kind of decided I don't want to. So this is like, I don't want to do a pattern. So this is just like fabric scraps that I have, all linen. I like to sew with linen mainly because I'm a sweaty person. And I've just been cutting up pieces using this ruler as a guide to make a giant patchwork quilt. So I'm going to do it with all of my scraps. I just sort of do it when I feel inclined, and then I'll start sewing it up. It's going to be completely mismatched and everything, and I think that's a lot more me than necessarily following a pattern. I do want to follow a pattern, but I don't think I want to do it for a quilt. I just want to do squares and let the, I think I want to let each fabric sing by making it really like plain, I suppose, because I've got beautiful bright colors, and it just feels nice to do it like that. So So that's my sort of progress with the quilt. I ended up filming a video whilst I was frogging my first knit, which was the cardigan, the novice cardigan by Petite knit. So for me and knitting, I learnt to knit maybe like 12 years ago or something like that, or maybe longer, possibly longer. I think it was longer. And I did it when, because I'm a hobby queen, I was a roller skating instructor as well as I used to play roller derby. And I just want to make sure this is actually on. And I broke my leg. I was running on my toe stops and my toe stop broke off, and so my leg, and I had to have surgery, and so it was quite bad. And I was like, oh, I want to learn crochet. That was what I had in my head. And I, for the life of me, could not learn it. I'm a lefty, and all the tutorials at the time were just basically the right-handed version, but just like mirrored. And for that, it just wasn't working. I wasn't understanding it. All I could do was like cast on like a chain stitch. I don't know, and I could make a granny square, and I kind of lost the mojo. But I was thinking, oh, I'd like to like knit hats, and I ended up like never knitting straight, like never knitting like plain stockinette, just knitting purely in the round. I was like, that's how I'm just going to learn it. And then also being a lefty, I was trying to follow, I think, tutorials on how to do continental style, because apparently that was easier. I don't know. I just knit like a regular right-handed, but I obviously not correctly. And then I broke my leg again, and this time it was paragliding. I really do have ADHD. I got my paragliding license, broke my leg in Peru, and decided, hey, I'll get back into knitting. I quite enjoyed that. Did it. I think I made more like beanies. I think I made a scarf, but it was like tubular in the round, and just didn't focus on making anything in like pure stockinette. So then, like me, I put the hobby aside, do a billion other hobbies, and then last year I thought, hey, I actually really liked knitting. Maybe I should get back into it, and I think I can do it around kids. And I was like, I already know how to do it, and I just started doing things from memory. I didn't watch a tutorial on how to do knit and purl. I remembered how to cast on. Like I was like, oh yeah, cool. And then I was knitting in Tasmania, a grey jumper, which it was a step-by-step sweater, and I just frogged it because I felt like the German short rows, I think I like made a couple of mistakes and they were just pissing me off. So I was like, I'm just going to frog it. And then I decided to cast on the Oslo hat and the novice cardi by Petite knit and the Monday sweater. And my knitting is generally like pretty neat. Like I think I've got okay tension. Like I don't really know. I don't know. I hear tension's a thing. But it's really funny and textured where the German short rows are. But it's still relatively neat. And I was like, oh, maybe that's just how they are, because I've never done German short rows before. And maybe that's how they kind of look. And then, so making this novice cardi, my knit stitches did not look as clean and as neat and uniformed as these ones did. And every time like I purling, or how I was purling was fine, but then when I came to the knit stitch side, it just took me forever, and my hands were starting to hurt, and it was all over the place. And then I was like, I keep seeing people like, I joined Reddit to have a look at knitting stuff, and people were talking about like, are my stitches twisted? And I'm like, going, what's a twisted stitch? I don't know. And then, so this is such a long story about me stuffing up my knitting. Then I decided, hey, I would love to learn intarsia so I can make this. And then, so I was watching a tutorial on intarsia, and then that was like probably the first tutorial where I've seen like purl stitches in 12 years. And I was like, they're doing it a different way to me. And then I had to look up, like, am I twisting my purl stitches? And then saw a video of someone doing it the way I was doing it and realized, yeah. So I was really sad because the novice cardi, I ended up frogging. I had just finished the yoke, so I had done like a lot of knitting, and it was like painful. And but I was like, I really want to get it done. But now I know. Now I know. And I've actually started knitting a new cardi. So I'm not doing the novice cardi anymore because I don't know. I think I like a raglan style a little bit more. So I've gone with my favorite things, cardigan number 7, number something. And it's a raglan style, and I've already started it, and I think I'm on row, like I'm doing the yoke, and I think I'm like almost halfway complete, which is pretty good. I'm like, only a couple of days, and yeah. And then, yeah, this is my Monday sweater by Petite Knit. Part of me is feeling like I should frog it. I feel like I should frog it because I know, like, there's something up with it. I really like this yarn, and I really like this color, and it's just going to always piss me off. I think it's just going to always make me go, oh, I stuffed it up. I don't know, unless like I can block it. If I don't even know what blocking really is, but I wonder if I can block that out. Anyway, it looks intentional. It's definitely not, but such a shame. So I think I'm going to frog it. I think I just frog it as well. And then part of me is thinking, do I just want to knit this again, but then maybe combine it with another yarn? Like maybe like I keep seeing mohair, and I don't know really what it is, but it makes it look a bit fluffier. And this yarn is pretty coarse because of how it's like weaved. Like it's not scratchy or anything, but I think the stitches are a lot more defined. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm thinking, do I pair it with like a mohair and then do a different pattern? I can use the Step by Step sweater by Florence Miller, but I don't know. I really like the raglan stitches in this pattern because it's 3 of them instead of 2. And like, whilst I can do like lots of self-drafting in sewing, knitting is very complicated to me. Anyway, my aim was to actually finish this. I wanted to go to I think it's the Australian Wool Expo in Canberra next month. I thought I can wear my nice jumper, and Canberra's always cold, so I was like, oh, perfect. But I can't go with this. These are like actual like proper expert knitters, and I am there twisting my stitches without even realizing. Anyway, it could have been worse. I could have finished it and then noticed it and then want to frog it. But anyway, a bit sad, a bit devastating. Also, I like how like all of my stitch markers, they're all like kind of like pretty and gold. And then for my I don't know, the first stitch marker, it's like a beautiful little star. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. Anyway, you get what I mean. It's like very aesthetic. And then I got these like hand needle stoppers, and they're so funny. They make me laugh. It's like, I think that's like, I was talking in a video about sustainability and making clothes and making stuff. And that I think like personal style, understanding your personal style really helps. And my personal style, all my like 3 keywords are like, you know, classic, comfy, and quirky, like subtle quirk. And I think this is the embodiment of that. Yeah, that's the way it goes. So I've got to frog this, start over. Sad, but like whatever. And then because I was doing so much stockinette, I actually started knitting a scarf, which was like a cable pattern. I think it's called the Pia scarf. I forgot who it's by. And had to frog that. But I was having so much fun knitting cables. That was just really an absolute joy. But I can't do it around kids because I kind of have to focus. So stockinette is good, like to do around the kids. And then I was doing the cables like when my kids were asleep, when I'm chatting with my husband. Actually, no, he was distracting too. But just, you know what I mean? Like just like for myself and doing some nice mindfulness and whatever else. So yeah, my February plans are like keep knitting and I want to mend some clothes, and I want to finish the Jenna shirt, which I actually want to do today, and maybe sew the swimmers. I don't know. I also want to start making a pinafore. There's just like, I feel like for me, there's like so little time sometimes, and it's like I just want to do it. Or I think my thing is like I get very like in the zone. Yeah, and funnily enough, I thought in January I had done not much, because I think because I have the Make 9 and I haven't completed anything on it. I'm like, oh, like I haven't done much, and I've done heaps, like making all this stuff. Like I've done heaps. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a silly goose sometimes. That's all right. It's good to have some silly goose energy. So yeah, they're like my chatty update for January. Sorry for the delay. Like I ended up filming it and showing all my knits before, and then I'm like, also even looked back on it and went, that's like doesn't look right. And then I forgot a bunch of the stuff I had made, and then this is such a vain thing. I tried again, and I have mad hair at the moment until it's long, but it was. I'm going to put a still shot, because why not? It's just funny. You can laugh at me. And I was just like, I'm vain. I don't want that to go on the internet. I don't want that to go on the internet because I look like a mushroom. And now I'm putting it up here and sending mushroom energy out. I sound like hippy dippy or something. I'm not at all. I'm completely neurotic and I don't believe in that stuff. But anyway, sending out mushroom hair energy to everyone. That sounds really mean. That's like a mean thing to do. I don't mean that. I mean it in a nice way. Anyway, if you like these chatty videos or any of my videos, just like and subscribe, I suppose. I feel really weird saying it because I feel like I'm begging. You don't have to. Please do not feel free that you have to do that. I'm a bit weird. I'm a silly goose. Like and subscribe for silly gooses. I also have a silly goose hat and my father-in-law got me. Where is it? Oh man, I was in here. Silly goose energy. Anyway, I hope everyone has a good week and a good Feb, and let me know what you're working on and mistakes that you made when it comes to your knitting. But anyway, I should do like a little screenshot, like, that doesn't look as, I need to make it look aesthetic, right? No, I'm non-aesthetic. That used to be my like TikTok username, was like, you know, it's Let Yvette and non-aesthetic mama, because all the mums were like, I was very into like motherhood TikTok, because I felt like my opinions on motherhood were a little bit left of field, but not in a like, I don't vaccinate my children, not like that, like just like thoughts, and I don't know. And because everyone's having like Montessori, no plastic, no, not too much color, beige children, I made my like username like non-aesthetic mother, because I just am not. I'm not that. Everyone kind of wants that, but I just have to embrace the chaos that I am not that. But anyway, I'm holding this for too long. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And editing this is going to be long because I talk too much. Anyway, have a good one. We see you later. See you later. You're too cute. Oh my God.